Hey guys, and we are back. The devs just did a new patch for the OBT. That this is kind of one of those things in the OBT. We play it, we send a bunch of bug reports, and they, fix all of the things in the bug report. So I'm gonna go over this patch in this episode, and then we are going to potentially maybe do a little bit of Reaper PvP. And apparently one of the patch things is they fixed the skills of the Ripper, which I didn't even know that they were broken. So let's go ahead and check out what are they talking about there. So all of the skills say the exact same thing, and so let me see if I can figure out what is going on here, what they mean by fix the Ripper skills. And let's go ahead and go in solo. We are a protector, which right now the protector is really powerful against the Ripper. As long as I have a damage reflect, and I do. So if I run into someone who's a Ripper and they try to kill me, I should be able to take them out pretty quickly. Okay, flaw power. Do you know what they mean by fix the Ripper skills?
No idea.
Yeah, I have no clue either.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of things that they said, oh, this is fixed. So I'm like, man, I guess we need to...
I know they fixed the invisible things, but that's it.
Oh, is that maybe what they're saying is like the Ripper skills is part of what was making us go invisible?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, well, what about some of these other changes that they said? They said that they rebalanced the Fire Guardian?
Maybe they fixed some bugs or some skills.
Okay.
Because he had the jump. It was very strong.
The jump was what?
Very OP.
Okay, so maybe the jump was making it too hard.
Jump, but all the map stun.
He stuns the whole map?
Yeah.
Oh, well then that's probably what they fixed. That's pretty intense. Well,
bugs as well with the...
I can't go fight the Fire Guardian right now because it's on cooldown, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can't even show you guys the Fire Guardian. But what I think Flaw Power is exactly right. But what that means, so let me show you guys this real quick. You can see right down here it says rebalance the Fire Guardian. I have a feeling there may be some other changes. We're going to do the Fire Guardian as soon as the cooldown ends. We're going to go at it again. But probably the main thing that they fix is when it does its Thrasher jump, when it gets below half health, it doesn't stun the whole map, which would make sense. We're going to try to figure out the skills of the Ripper, and then the visual and technical fixes. You've seen probably in my videos at this point the different, people would go invisible and other people would be invisible. It's kind of confusing, so they fixed all that. So it's kind of a little bit of a smaller change. For those of you who weren't for the other videos, this is the full patch notes. They did a lot of changes. I'm gonna do a hidden changes video later, but we gotta get all of the changes. And what happens a lot in these OBTs is they keep making more and more changes, and so we're gonna gather them all up. But so the Freya's Sword and Shield now triggers on the 4th strike, so it is a debuff. Now it doesn't actually show, like I'm in the OBT right now, if y'all look at this, and it shows that it's every 3rd strike, but they may have actually fixed it, just haven't fixed the text yet. That happens sometimes. And then Freya's Mace now triggers on each 6th strike, so every 5th strike immobilizes all nearby enemies. So they actually nerfed Freya's Mace. I didn't think Freya's Mace was that good. Why would they nerf it? I mean, it's got decent DPS.
No one used it.
Yeah, no one used it. I don't understand why they would nerf it. And then the damage over time of Freya's dagger was reduced. That's a good change. That was very good. Freya's staff was nerfed to 25% instead of 30. That was a good change. That was just a lot of healing. It was just a little OP. 25% is still really good. And then we've got the durability on all Freya's weapons have been reduced. I'm honestly, I don't know why they made that change, but 230 durability. The mace has 200, and these are all pretty slow weapons. So those are good things. So unless they, like these other things, they haven't actually changed the number. But durability seems like they would have changed it. Like it probably just reflects the durability versus, that text up there is like written out. So it would make sense if that was delayed. So hopefully if you're not in the OBT, and you have one of these weapons, go and look at the durability of your weapon. And if it's more than this, then you know that it's already been nerfed to this. And if it's the same as this, then that is a problem. And so please put it in a comment, and we'll look into that. Unfortunately, the research team basically is pretty much all disbanded. For those, some of you don't even know what the research team is. It's just a lot of work to keep up with everything, and Frostborn is constantly changing, so you have to change all the sheets all the time, and we didn't have time for that. Maybe someday we'll bring it back up. That being said, if any of you guys are like really into Excel sheets and documents and like organizing numbers and stuff, and you're like, hey, I will be the research team, I will make sure all the documents line up, then we will share all of our information with you, which we've shared with you in videos and stuff like that, and you can fill out those sheets and add the correct numbers. It's a lot easier in Frostborn now because all the numbers are listed for you. This didn't used to always be the case in Frostborn. This is actually one of the things that we asked Frostborn to make a change, and they listened to us. Like many things, Frostborn listens to their players, and so they actually made these changes and gave us all this extra information. Then they actually added this, which is even more than we ever asked for, and it's pretty freaking awesome. And then one thing that they I don't know why they did this, but they made the Thrasher's passive ability now uses it. You can do it in PvE. So
but
I'm not sure what's that.
They nerfed a little the bonus.
They nerfed what?
The bonus it was 30%.
Oh, they changed it?
To 23%, I think.
Oh, you're right. That is a big nerf. Wow, guys, this is huge. This is a big change. They made it to where now Thrasher 4 no longer has an initial 30% damage for the first 50% of your health. That is really going to hurt the Thrasher. Basically what would happen is the Thrasher had so much damage, and then when they first started in their encounter with you, they would do 30% on top of all of that, and it was just a lot of damage. It was a lot of extra damage, and it would make it to where the Thrasher just was king. And so basically they reduced the Thrasher's damage by 4% total, but 7% for that first part of the encounter, which sometimes you win a fight because you scare the other person away. So this is a big deal. That is going to reduce, that's making the Thrasher essentially at least 4% less effective, if not more. Might even be a 5% nerf, which is awesome because the Thrasher has been king. I'm really excited to see what that means. That may change. It's a subtle change, but honestly, the Thrasher wasn't so OP that that this might be enough. I'm curious what you guys think. I think this might be enough of a nerf that the Thrasher will be essentially fixed, and that would be, oh my gosh, That would be so huge. Floppower, do you think it's enough? Do you think they nerfed it enough?
I don't know, because the skill of the Thrasher is so good.
The skill is good, but
You
that
can
extra damage is huge.
Yeah, I don't know.
Damage is king in Frostborn. You know what I mean? Like, because it's about doing damage faster than they heal. It's what makes... I don't know, man. I think that they don't want to nerf it too much that the Thrasher becomes worthless. Like, the Thrasher's a lot of people's main. I think that's enough. I think it's enough for one update. If the Thrasher seems to be still king and counters everything, then maybe they need to nerf it some more. But, you know, maybe they could nerf it down to 20%. I really think that is a great way to fix the Thrasher. Because the skills are fun. We don't want to ruin the skill. We don't want to change the skills. And then the other changes, which I've already mentioned in the past, is just that the Sharpshooter and Pathfinder's damage is now based on the active weapon. So if you've got a green weapon, you're going to do not that great of damage. But then if you're doing if you got a purple weapon, even if you're not that high a level, it's going to be a great freezing shot or a great fire arrow. Oh, and this is something, this right here at this bottom is something I have not seen yet. It says that we simplified the task menu. I really want to see this. Okay, so we got tasks. Oh, I like this. So it's got acts, which is good. You've got classes, great, and then you have tasks. So now visit the renewed trader shop in Newheim. Wait, is that new? Or is that just something I haven't done? Because I don't really care. I'm going to do it right now. Alright, we're going to visit him. Alright, I completed it. Honestly, I don't really see the point of buying any of this stuff. But it is what it is. I got the task, so let's go to the task menu. And there it is. It's gone. This is cool. This is a really cool change. I can't believe I missed that the first time around. Hey, Floppower, have we figured out what the when it says PvE damage and PvE damage resistance now significantly less effective in fights in game boss like keepers, sanctum bosses, and so on?
Not really. They did change it on the boss clan description. Like it say you do less damage on PvE with the runes and everything.
Oh, with runes.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So it's a rune nerf?
Only for the clan boss.
Wow. So
PvE damage
and damage resistance. Okay, I'm really curious, so I'm gonna test this out. We're gonna go to Odin's real quick, and we can't see if we can't figure out what is going on with this change, because obviously the Thrasher change is the biggest change, and that's definitely gonna be what this video is about, because nerfing the Thrasher is huge. It is a huge change. It shows that devs are listening. It was a small change, which is what I personally have been really trying to tell the devs. It's like, look, it's cool to make big balance changes, but the game is pretty balanced. And even when the game wasn't super balanced, it's one of those things where it's like, you don't want to drastically change the game. You want to make subtle changes to kind of put things just barely in line. The Thrasher is a little bit more OP than everything else. Nerf him by 4%. So we're going to fight the boss. We're doing one. Wow. Holy crap. 184. Okay. Now, I'm going to take off all this stuff. 18. Wait, what is happening? 142. Hold on. So it should. 142, 141. Okay. 141. Let's put the dragon armor back on. $171-ish. I'm gonna do it one more time. I was a little confused by how much damage I was doing. $171. All right. So this should increase it by 30%. And it only increased it by 12. It only increased it by 12. By 12 out of, that's not even 10%. It didn't even increase it by 10%. What the heck? That's crazy. I wonder why they did that. I guess, you know what that's probably doing? I think this is actually a really good thing, guys. I think the devs have probably been having a problem with creating bosses that are a challenge for ruined people, like people that are ruined out, but also a challenge, like basically that's either too hard for the free-to-play players or it's too easy for the ruined out players. And so I think what they're doing is they're nerfing it to where no matter if you're ruined out, you can't. This is crazy. This is another big change because this means that I don't know if anyone can solo Skull anymore. I think Skull is unsoloable now. Soloable. I think Skull is unsoloable. I could be wrong. But I think that's what this means. I think you're going to have to play as a team to kill Jorgen, and Skull for now on. That's crazy. I mean, this changes it back to old Frostborn, where, you know, the hardest challenge in mobile gaming type of series that I did, where basically if you got a hard boss, and runes aren't going to make you OP, which is why we were able to beat the Fire Guardian. But if you're a runed out clan, you get an advantage, but not much of an advantage. You saw that. I mean, I put on 30% extra damage, and I did about 8% extra damage. What is 12? It should have been an extra 17 damage if it was going to be 10%. And I did an extra 12, so it's about 6%. So it's like 1/5. So my guess is what they did is they took the percentages that you get from runes, from instigator sets, from dragon armor, from all of those things, and they made it to where you now get 1/5 the bonus. And so this really equals it out. This means that, oh my gosh, guys, this means that a level 2 class, a clan with all level 2 classes or level 3 classes, no level 4 classes, could probably, if they were skilled enough, beat clan bosses. And the most OP people in the world, they get an advantage, but it's just not as much of an advantage against bosses. I really love this change. I think some of you are not going to like this change. And I don't know, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Like, a boss is a boss. Like, a boss needs to be challenging. They need to be able to create it to where the boss is an intriguing fight. And they did a really good job with the Fire Guardian. If you guys did not see my live stream where I did the Fire Guardian, he has like tons of different cool skills. And I'm going to have a video come out soon where my clan kills the Fire Guardian. You're going to be able to see us kill it. And you'll get to see all of its skills. And the loot is good. The loot is guaranteed to be good, which is another thing that they listen to us. Oh, man. Devs are listening. This episode, I did not know about either of these changes. The Thrasher got nerfed, and runes got nerfed. Basically, all of these things, they're still powerful in PvP, which is going to annoy people. But the fact that clan bosses and stuff like that are now much more in an equal playing field. A level 2 class person can now experience something very similar against a boss that a level... wow, I wonder what the Emperor Sword... I bet you this makes the Emperor Sword way more powerful, way more meaningful. Wow. Oh my gosh, my brain is hard. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around how much this changes the game. But this really changes Frostborn, and I think it's for the better. Because it really, I mean, the nerf for the Thrasher, I think everyone agrees, except for the people that are main Thrasher and are out of touch with having a balanced game. They all agree that's a good change. I think we all agree that's a good change. But I think changing this boss, I know some of you that have spent a lot of money on runes are going to be upset, but this is going to make the bosses actually feel like the challenge. It's going to make you have to level up in your skills. This is a really good change. Way to go, devs. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. I really feel like this was a very good change. Very free to play change. And it allows them to create exciting, intriguing bosses for us that everyone in the game can enjoy. All right, guys. See you next time.